23 was C day. On day 24, we visited Barcelona, Spain. Barcelona is a city on northeastern coast of Spain. It is the capital and largest city of Spain with a population of around 1.6 million. It has a very rich cultural heritage and it's an important cultural center and a major tourist destination. We booked a shore excursion to Barcelona highlights. The coach took us through many landmarks like Bon Quarter, 14th century Santa Maria del Mar Basilica. It then drove up through the Passage de Gracia and we saw so many cities, modernist buildings, some designed by architect Antoni Gaudí. And then we saw the Gaudi's Sagrada Familia Church. Then the coach took us through the panoramic drive to the Plaza Espana and the site of 1992 Olympic Games.
Friday, September 16th. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Barcelona. It's already 2 cruise.
So we are going to talk about all the aspects of this city. It's the first time, for those of you it's the first time, can you hands up your hand? Okay, so for you, some of you, it's the first time. We are introducing the city of Barcelona, and I think the best place is the port, because local people, we are very proud of this port. You have to know that Barcelona has almost 10 cruise ships. So yeah, that's why it's a very important hill, or here in Barcelona is also known as the Montjuic Mountain. We're going to go there in a couple of minutes. Famous artist, his name is Ricardo Bonfil. You will see that Barcelona have the best of all the cities. So we're going to see resemble New York, resemble Paris, resemble Rome. And here, from the port and from the Montjuic Hill, you have one of the most nice view toward the city. You can see the Akbar Tower. Can you see the skyscraper over there? This will be one of the last stops in Barcelona. This is where the Olympic harbor made in occasion of the Olympics in 1992. And that is massive, towering building in light brown here, the World Trade Center. By it, there is a tower, a cable car. This cable car is original. was built in occasion of one of the famous international exhibition that took place here in Barcelona, 1929. Indeed, during our tour, probably we're going to see the cabin, the cable car, the red ones. They're still working, and they are original since 1929. So here you have all Barcelona for you. So now we are approaching the historical city center, and we are climbing. We could say we're headed to the top of the Montjuic Hill. Barcelona is a big city compared to the rest of the city in Spain. Is the most is the second, ranked as the second most populated city in Spain, beyond Madrid. And we are talking about city. We are approaching the ancient port. We met in the new one for the cruise ship, where you can see this building in front of you. This is the ancient one of the ancient port. And and then now we are for the history of this city and the artistic heritage, because there were the years where the exposition took place in Barcelona. So Barcelona entrusts the best architect with the best project in occasion of these two World Fair. Yeah. So now on your right you can see the ancient port and the new pier. You can see Mare Magnum nowadays, big shopping center. You have the aquarium as well. You can swim with fish and sharks as well. Yeah, 200 euros is what I never even thought was free. But you have a lot of activities. And in Sicily, Sardinia, Naples, and they had a great flood, the ships, and this was the site. That's why on your right you can see this part of the walls. These are part of the ancient medieval city walls of Barcelona. It wasn't destroyed because they were part of the shipyard. Nowadays, the shipyard, the royal shipyard, was turned into a museum. The sea, the museum of the sea. We're going to talk about the deep relationship this city has with the sea. Then we're passing here after. Now we're headed to the Montjuic Mountain, the Montjuic Hill. So let's introduce and let's display the exclusive view toward the port of Barcelona. And we are passing by, can you see on the right, you can see palm trees, cacti, a plethora of different plants. This is one of the botanic garden I mentioned to you before. This one especially is focused on cacti and ranked as by the Times, the newspaper, as one of the rank on the 10 most beautiful garden in the world. It's completely free. So next time if you want to visit the garden, is very worth visiting, and look at the view. I think the palm trees and the cacti have the most exclusive view of Barcelona. It's because the Montjuic Hill and this side, almost tropical. That's why they planted this botanic garden was born around 70s. You have a bunch of different cacti and trees from all over the world, from Australia, from South Africa, from South America. There is a cactus that has the same shape of a chair. I think the most uncomfortable chair ever in the world. Between the ancient factories, you can see the tallest spires of the Gothic cathedral. You can see the skyscraper. You can see that Barcelona is actually surrounded by hills.
Yes.
On the top of which the highest one, can you see this kind of
Castle.
For example, castle is a church.
Church.
It's a TBW church, reach 560 meters, and in the background, among the columns of the chimneys of these ancient factories, can you see the spires
Yes.
over there? This is Sagrada Familia on the right. This is Barcelona. I think it's the best place to now take in touch with the city. And as you can see everywhere, because the city hall of Barcelona is trying to turn Barcelona into a green city. That's statues. You have to know that Barcelona is still the artistic scenario of different artists, and one of the protagonists is Joan Miró. Have you ever heard of him? He's a very important artist that was born here, and this is the museum. That the building here on your right with this geometrical shape, the sober line, was designed by Le Corbusier. Look, once we cross this, we pass just this cross, we can open another chapter of the history of Barcelona, because in front of you, you can see a huge stadium. You can see this metal element. This was fired because you have to know that Montjuic Hill was the site, the perfect site for the Olympics game. Probably all of you can remember, the famous Olympics game in 1992 and the opening celebration, by the famous song Barcelona, sung by Freddie Mercury. The ceremony took place here in this stadium. More than 95,000 people. The stadium was built in 1929 in occasion of the... Have you ever heard of Santiago Calatrava? Oh yeah. Yes, he made the famous anthem, also known as the Calatrava anthem. So you can see it's slanted, seems to defy the laws of physics. There is a specific balance, reach 136 meters, and the shape, the geometrical shape, would represent and depicts an athlete running with the Olympic torch. For example, here you can see between us and the anthem there are the famous swimming pools, Picornell. It's the most important event after the view to the city of Barcelona. For those of you that it's taking, I don't know, 10-ish minutes, and then we continue our bus. It's up to you. It's just 2 minutes walking from the bus. There is no steps, there is just a ramp. The main pavilion of the
That's the Memnesi.
Part of Catalonia. You can go inside. There is a restroom. Restroom are open. Okay. Yes. And we meet again at 25 past 10. Okay. Because I have many other wonders to show you. So here, look at the beautiful square of Spain.
Okay, time for photo shoot. Come here.
There is a bunch of different building. So this is an occasion, this is a chance. For example, if you have not time to visit all around Spain flag. And then you can see there is a fountain here. Unfortunately, the fountain here, the monumental fountain is closed, like all the other fountain, because of the drought. You have to know that in Barcelona, that's why by law, all the monumental fountain Barcelona is famous for are closed. They don't work. For example, in front of you, there is another massive fountain dedicated to the three sea bathing the Iberian Peninsula. So the Cantabric Sea, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Mediterranean Sea. And the fountain, not working fountain, dedicated to the three sea of Spain, is the main fountain of the square, the spanning the square of Spain. And we have different building here. For example, have you ever been to Venice? Could you recognize this bell tower? Where it's by the San Marco bell tower. You have to know that the architect who made the name was Puig Cadafalch, he made the village, he made the factory, was a canon Italian style. That's why these two towering tower remind of the San Marco bell tower, as well as now up once we pass the two bell tower, you will see on your left as well as on your right beautiful columns in the round shape resemble the Vatican Square. The day after tomorrow, I guess, no? You're going to visit Rome, so probably you're visiting 20th century, precisely 1901. But you have to know that, no, you're not in Spain, did you know that?
No.
You're in Catalonia. Catalonia is a region. Of course, Catalonia is part of Spain, but it has different rules south part of Spain in Andalusia, but Catalonia here no more. So a couple of 10 years ago they turned it into, in order to preserve it, you can see the exterior wall is original. You can see you can see in this neo-Gothic style. This is the public university, and we're very close to
เป็นตะบก
to the downtown. The most famous city all around the world. So we're going to pass. No, we already visited Mondrake Park. It's like our central park in New York. We have the Bell Tower like in Venice, and we have the Champs-Élysées like in Paris. The most fancy, elegant, and stunning houses of modern style are located here in Paseo de Gracia. You have to know that Barcelona is the cradle of modernism. Modernismo, Art Nouveau. More than 400 buildings all around the city. More than in Paris, more than in Vienna, more than in Germany.
ชอบ
And I told you, competition is the key to understand. Is a key to understand the soul of this city. Family, they wanted to showcase the wealth they had, and the artists themselves. Indeed, look on your left. Can you see the tiny dome? Resemble like
that. Mango
This is a
shopping.
famous house built the second and colorful one, such as not ceramics or stained glasses. I told you one of the masterpieces by Gaudí, 1906. Look at the roof, resemble like a dragon. Look at the cross over there, remind of the St. George word. And then the balcony resemble the skull of the victim of the dragon. This night,
Guys.
check on internet. You say St. George, St. Jordi in Catalan. Barcelona, you will see all the cave. Because Pedrera wasn't well accepted at the beginning. Casa Milà was built by Gaudí between 1909 to 1912. And this is a masterpiece in architecture because you will see that Gaudí was inspired by nature. But he didn't decorate building with flower, fruit, leaves everywhere. Gaudí wanted to find the rules of building by contemplating nature, contemplate creation and find some hint of the creator. So in this case, the bottom of the sea. Look, these waves, this continued line, the flowing shape, soft surfaces. Look, the wrought iron balcony.
Yep.
Resemble kind of algae. At the same time, never forget the mystic aspect of God. He was extremely religious. Look in the upper part, you can see some words on this wave. Gratia plena Ave Maria. This is the Hail Mary. And the chimneys as well. Like soldiers, soldiers fighting and defending the beauty. Look even here the massive and towering building, 3 facades on Paseo de Gracia, and open space 2,000 meters square at the beginning of 20th century. Nowadays, is owned by a bank and is a museum, but you have to know that there is still a family living in Pedrera, and they pay very little for rent the house, less than 100 euros. The set of artistic competition is famous for fashion, and you've seen a lot of that. And we're going to talk about, we're going to in deep in the Gaudi's work. And you will notice that by means of we're getting farther away from Paseo de Gracia, building and houses will be more, we could say normal, like less fancy. Indeed, the Sagrada Familia is one of the most iconic palaces in Barcelona for the towers. It's also known as Casa de las Punchas, the house of the Familia. Gaudí started the project was involved in the project since 1983 and until 1926. In the Holy Mass in St. Peter Neri, a tiny church close to the straight on. He was run over by a tram. You can see work I mentioned, the green tram. He was conscious, but probably due to the accident, we don't know, we will never know. 3 days after, he passed away on June 10th, 1926. And 2 days later. I told you that in this neighborhood, the enlargement, you have a school, you have a hospital, you have a market. On your right, you have one of the 17 historical market in Barcelona. So you can spot the ceramic on the roof, wrought iron, glass. Here, this is the part for plants, but there is a section of meat, like dairy, fresh product, vegetables, and people, as you can see, spend his life like in a tiny village. Although we are in Barcelona. For his architect to be built by his architect was destiny. Then you have to imagine that, like has Pedrera, the style by Gaudí wasn't always well accepted. Look on your right. This is another church dedicated to Saint Joseph, neo-Gothic style. It was started at the beginning of 20th century. So you can see in this modern plan, you have historical building. But look at the building here, like more like normal. On your side is headed to a cardinal point. So the nativity one is headed to the east, imaging the light of the sunrise. The passion, the sunset, so the dark cast shadows, and then glory, bathed by the middle day light. Look on your right. Every single facade entails 4 spires. You can see them. 4 the spires are the tower are actually bell tower, more than 84 bell tower. Sagrada Familia was conceived as a huge organ, and Gaudí wanted Sagrada Familia to be heard from all over Barcelona. Then, so 4 bell tower, 3 facade, 3 times 4, 12, like the 12 apostles. Then, can you see the stars? Can you see the star over there? This is a tower dedicated to the. In these weeks, there is a contest to decide the architect will lead the work for the last facade. That's why Sagrada Familia is a set of different style, because we are going to. We can see the Passion facade is much modern. Was finished in 20. And everything grows in harmony up to the sky. This is the concept of our organic architecture. Here you can see perfectly the star of the Virgin Mary, and you can see the bull with the wing. This is Saint Luke, one of the 4 that end up to make eternal what wasn't able to destroy it. Look, this is the facade of Nativity. You can see the cypress tree, you can see the white dove. The cypress is a hint of eternal life. Look at the vertical way. No, it's like a connection between deciding what. No, they would like to use the space, so they're deciding like to turn in something we don't know, for probably for concert or for events. We don't know. Were made in the 19th century, in the 90s.
1990.
In occasion of the Olympics Games.
1990.
We already talked about the Olympics game. We saw the stadium. The name of the street, take the name, depends on the function. What I mean. Okay, so now just between these 2 skyscraper, and you have the Olympic port on the left, and more than 15 kilometers of beach. But please don't leave me alone, eh? You are my chicken, remember. Yeah, you have to know that until the Olympics game, Barcelona hadn't any beach. It was a great port, but people didn't used to go to the beach. And now we are very proud of this 10-ish mile, 15 kilometers beaches. So yeah, so now we drop off. We have coffee shop here, cafe over there as well. Okay, and we meet again here. There is a bunch of different building. So this is an occasion. This is a chance. For example, if you have no time to visit all around Spain. Here, this is a place for the nightlife as well. So a lot of people, if you want, you can search not the pictures of this important event in Barcelona. For example, you have another statue. There is David and Goliath. I can always spare it. The famous French station, 1886, was built in occasion of the first. I mean, it just depends on the traffic, of course, but it's just 15 minutes. Can you see the man over there in front of on the top of the column? Now you will find on your right. This is one of the last protagonists of our path. This is Christopher Columbus. You can see it. Why Christopher Columbus in Italian is carved here? Because his journey was entirely paid by the Kingdom of Aragon. Do you remember here the shipyard? So, in occasion of the international exhibition in 1888, they entrust a very important artist with the creation of 87. So, remember the train station 1886, the elevator 1887, the exhibition 1888. This was the Barcelona of the late 19th century. If from Christopher Colombo, the Ramblas.
Subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.